Alright, hi guys, welcome back to Drawing with Sean. And to continue on from last time, we're going to continue on drawing our character sheet and building up proportions. So this is my character here, Grundlemeld, and I'm going to start drawing proportions for him, and you can follow along and build up proportions for your own character. Just so you know what proportions are, these are the proportions here. So they're basically all the building blocks that you need when you're drawing your own character. It's always best to try and get all the proportions right, and even if your character is a fictional character, it's good to give you kind of a bit of a guide on what kind of height and size or shape your character, whatever size or shape you want your character to be. There's another example of my lesson plans of a character sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the proportion character stickman, and I'm going to try and draw Grundlemeld here, and I'll leave this up here just so you can all see and see all the proportions. Just kind of adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so starting off, start with the head. These techniques are also used in the animation industry as well. It's called a character sheet. What they do is they draw the character and from different angles, and you can build up the proportions this way, because then later on they usually bring it into a software called 3D Maya, where they literally build the character from scratch. Okay. Don't worry, it's just a rough proportion stick man. We can fix we can fix all the problems in a while. Don't have to fix all the problems now. It's just trying to build up the proportions for your character to try and get a sense of the shape and overall body of your character. And I should mention some of the materials that is best to have when you're just starting off is pencils, paper, low tech, I know. Paper, could be xerox paper, printing paper, rubbers, sharpeners, and pencils. And if there's any Americans watching, when I say rubbers I mean erasers. just turn on my extra light? No. Not sure if people can see that. Actually, no. Turn off the light. So, let's try and draw a grundle meld then. And these are the basic proportions. So, regardless of what your character, what you want it to be, if you have a sense of what you want your character to be, just go right ahead. If you have your character sheet that you wrote out previously, put it beside you. So, hang on 1 second. So, your character written sheet, if you have it beside you, look at it. So, your character sheet is your name, age, gender, appearance, backstory, clothing, and costume. And if you have your character sheet beside you, look at the proportion person that you've just drawn. So the stick person. And by just reading your character sheet and looking at your proportion stick man here, let's try and draw the character that you've written about. So, I'm going to draw a grundle meld. Try and maybe fix some of the proportions here. Also, it's important to draw these lines. I should have also done that as well. When you're drawing a face, put a plus sign on the face. And when you draw these lines, it's helpful. You kind of do it. We'll do that later on, I think, because it's kind of helpful when you're kind of trying to match up the character from other angles. But for the purposes of this, you don't have to do that just yet. I screwed up here on the right hand side of his right hand, but that can easily be fixed. Again, this is what I mean when you're drawing the character, it's important to get all the proportions right for the character sheet. And then you have to draw lines, because you're going to extend the lines all the way over to the right hand side to draw the character from different angles. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. And again, might as well try and give him some eyes. A nice big friendly face. Grundlemeld, the orc wizard. I think I kind of imagined him to be a little bit wider. It's my fault, I should have drawn him that way. I know it's very faded. Well, that's what your character sheet is going to look like first. And then we can begin to add some more detail. So you can get your rubber and just rub out the bits that you don't want. So for me, I don't really want the kind of the stick man there anymore, so I can just rub out those parts because we've drawn over it now. I know the drawing is a bit faded, apologies, but what you can see right now is the orc wizard. The orc wizard Grundlemeld. And next we're going to draw out all the lines with a ruler, and then draw the character from different angles. And then we're also going to try and fix up the proportions here as well.